Hey, it's Chris Chico, and in this video, I'm going to share with you step by step how to find motivated sellers on TikTok, and specifically everything you need in order to get your campaigns up and running. Right now, there is a tremendous opportunity when it comes to TikTok for motivated sellers. As with if you're in the real estate wholesaling niche, you know that anytime there's a new strategy, the the money is made for those the money is made by those people that take advantage of these strategies and jump on them right away. When text messaging was something that was brand new, everybody, there's a certain number of people that jumped on it, they made a killing, then everybody else started to jump on it, and then all of a sudden, then it became saturated. Now, in TikTok, there's really not almost, I don't think there's anybody teaching TikTok for motivated sellers except for myself. There's a very small number of real estate educators that can do ads, in terms of they know the business of real estate, but also can show you how to run ads. I'm going to walk you through specifically how it works, so that way you can know if in fact this is something you want to do. Now, some of you may be able to just take the information that I have and be able to run with it. Others, you're going to need some hand holding. If you're interested, click on any of the links in the description, reach out to me, because my company can help set up everything for you and show you how to run ads on TikTok in order to find motivated sellers. And just to give you an idea, I'm going to go and let's see if I can share my screen. I'm here on StreamYard, and I want to see if I can share with you my screen. Let's see here. Give me an example of the cost per lead. You can see here on the right hand side. Let me go ahead and stretch out the screen here. On the right hand side here, you see conversions. You can see the cost per lead, conversions, and then the CPA is the cost per lead. We're talking about, some of these are targeting just states, a certain number or grouping of states. We're talking about $16, $13, $14 a lead, $12 a lead, 20. So the cost per lead is amazing, and we're getting property owners in very populated areas, which is important. So in that scenario, it's a little bit better than Facebook, because for whatever reason, we do have a lot more properties that show up on Facebook when people submit their information that are in like really, really small, tiny towns we can't do anything with. We are getting a much larger number of leads on TikTok that are in populated areas, which is important. So let me share with you specifically how you get started on TikTok, so that you could know exactly how to get this moving. So let's see if I can show you my screen here. We're going to see. All right. So I'm going to walk you through this step by step. All right. So I'm actually going to change to a different. There you go. That's better. So that way I'm not blocking you. So first step is you're going to go ahead and create an account at business.tiktok.com. That's going to create what's called a business manager. Now, you don't need a personal TikTok account in order to advertise on TikTok. So that's a great thing to know, because I like myself, I don't like TikTok. I never watch TikTok. I don't enjoy it. And so if it meant, me advertising on TikTok, being active on TikTok itself, recording videos, that would be a problem. So this is great news for you. Then once you create an account at business.tiktok.com, then you're going to go ahead and create, this will create what's called a business center account. It's almost like a little corporation inside of TikTok. And then you're going to go ahead and create an ad account inside of this business center. And then you just have to add a billing method. They want a credit card to make sure that, hey, you can give them money. So once you set this up, then the next decision you need to make is, what are you going to do in order to keep track of your leads? And so it's better to know this up front, so that way as we navigate through the rest of the list, then you know exactly what needs to get done. Now, in this scenario, I recommend, if you don't have a way to organize yourself around leads, the simplest solution is using Trello. I created in my YouTube channel, there is a training on how to use that particular tool here. And so I would recommend you watch that video, set that up, and then you can come back to this video. You can also use Follow Up Boss. Follow Up Boss is the CRM that we use in our business. And it'll be like $109 per month. It's great. It has a built-in phone system and works great for lead generation. However, if you wanted to keep it, just very low cost and be up and running quicker, then Trello is going to be your better option. Follow Up Boss does require some configuration in order to be able to use that. A benefit is that it has its own internal phone system, SMS system, etc. Or you may have another CRM that you're using, which is fine. Don't go out and change it. Just use whatever you have. The next thing is you're going to need a website. Now, we're going to be driving traffic not to the website, but to what's called instant forms inside of instant page inside of TikTok. But you do need a website for privacy policy, but you also want a website so that way when you talk to clients, then you can tell them your website, hey, this is Cris for National Property Buyer. And then now they feel, they look at you as more credible because you have a website and a web presence. We use a website called Convertry, and we customize this for our clients, but you don't have to. So you can, a nice out-of-the-box CRM is Carrot. So if you go to chrischico.com/website or /Carrot, that's the Carrot link. I do earn a small commission, a small price to pay for these free videos. And then we use one called Convertry. However, I don't recommend you use Convertry unless you're working directly with us, because we set this up and we set up a website specifically. We know that converts on cold traffic. And so otherwise, then you're going to buy this. And then you have to start from scratch. If you are not really tech savvy, I would recommend you go with Carrot instead. And because you need a privacy policy. Carrot, the website's going to provide you with a privacy policy because we need a link to that when we create our instant page. The next thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to Zapier and set up an account in Zapier.com. Now, when you set up an account at Zapier, I'm going to log out so we can see the pricing. You need to sign up for an account and you need to pay for it. Meaning, when you sign up initially, it'll be a trial account, but you can't really set things up if you're in a trial account in the way we need it. So you're going to have to just pay for it. In terms of pricing, the pricing here, it depends. You can do the starter and do monthly, or you can do the professional. The difference is on this is that the zaps work faster on the professional. They're instant versus here there's a 15-minute delay. If you're on a tight budget, you can just start with a 19. And then later on, you can always upgrade internally inside their interface for the professional plan. And so you need the Zapier. And then once you get into Zapier, you need to connect your TikTok account. So you need to be logged into TikTok on your desktop, not your TikTok personal account. I would recommend you log out of your personal account when you create your business account. And then you're going to be logged into your business account. Then you log into Zapier, and then you connect your TikTok lead generation app into Zapier. You're also going to go ahead and connect Trello as well, or whatever the CRM that you're using into Zapier. The next thing you're going to need is you're going to need a video creative, which is, unlike Facebook, where it's you can use images and or videos. TikTok is videos only. So you can either record a video or you can find somebody on Fiverr to record a video. And then if you're going to record your own video, then it has to be 60 seconds. That's my recommendation. The script is going to be simple. You can use a script like, hey, you ever wondered if you could sell your property to a cash buyer and what would that be like instead of listing it with a real estate agent? Well, my name is Cris, and I'm one of those cash buyers, and I would love to make you an offer on your property. We make the process very easy. We buy all types of properties. We buy them ugly. We buy them dirty. We buy them stinky. And maybe we can buy yours, even if it isn't dirty, ugly, or stinky. The only way to find out is if you submit your information. So go ahead and click on the link or the button anywhere that you see here, and then submit your information, and hopefully we can make an offer on your house. There's never any obligation. We're easy to work with. If it doesn't make sense, not a big deal. We'll simply part as friends. I just made that up, but you get the drift. So you can record that, or you can record that. You can get somebody on Fiverr, create that script, and get somebody on Fiverr to do that for you. On Fiverr, you would select, search for what's called UGC under their search bar, and then you'll find a bunch of people that can record videos for you. If you're going to record it yourself, then you can record it on your phone. And then we use an app called CapCut, which is by TikTok, but you can download that on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, and then you could just edit it right on your phone. Make sure you have good audio. That's one really important thing, and make sure that you have decent lighting. And then you're going to add captions to that. If you did record something on Fiverr, they'll send it to you sometimes without the captions. All you need to do is bring it into CapCut on your phone, and then you can generate captions. There's a lot of videos on the internet showing you how to operate CapCut. Then the next thing we need to do is create what's called an instant page. And the instant page is a mechanism inside of TikTok, similar to lead forms on Facebook, that allows you to collect the customer's data inside of TikTok without asking them to leave the platform, without asking them to go to an external website. You go to tools, you go to instant page, and then you're going to go ahead and create your instant page. You're going to need a few things in order to create that. You're going to need a logo and a banner for the instant page. If you notice on here, you can see that we have a little bit of a banner up here and this logo here in the middle. You need to create that. If you're going to go ahead and create that, I'd recommend you go to canva.com and go ahead and do that there. It's fairly easy. You can say create a design, create a logo, and you can go ahead and say create a blank logo, and then you can use they have an AI here to create a logo, right? I forgot how you do it, but you can search for it, where there's a way for you to create a logo, and they'll help you with it. That's the most I can say about that. Otherwise, I mean, literally, I can spend 25 minutes just on Canva. It's great. I use it all the time. Then, when you create the instant page, there's a variety of questions you can ask. I like to ask a lot of questions because I want a good lead. So you have an option of either asking multiple choice questions or short answers. Multiple choice, we ask them, how soon do you want to sell? Who's living at the property? What is the condition of the property? The reason for wanting to sell? Is the house listed? And if they're the owner? And then the short answer questions will be just the address and the asking price. And then we get the name, email, and phone information. Now, we create that instant page, and then now we can go ahead and create the campaign. The campaign we create, the structure of the campaign is similar to Facebook. So in terms of structure, there is a campaign, there is an ad group, and then there is an ad. That's how it works. So the campaign here, we're going to set it to campaign budget optimization. You're going to have to put in a budget of $50 a day. That's the minimum. And then the ad group, each ad group will have an interest. Preferably, if you're going to test, you're going to do the same interest across all the different ad groups. Interest. And then you're also going to have a creative. So the creative could be, let's say I have a video of myself. And then I have the ad that has the video of me with the instant page, right? And then I might have another ad group 2, and that one has the same interest, right, as before, as the previous one, and then might have a lady with glasses that I got off of Fiverr. And so you allow TikTok to rotate through these ads and find the creative that works best. Now, so I find that it's always better to start off a campaign with at least 3 to 4 different video creatives. Could be you and then 2 other ones from Fiverr. Typically, when I buy them on Fiverr, then I am spending approximately about $100 per video. The great thing is once you have a good video, then you don't need to get any more. And then the targeting, in terms of targeting, we recommend initially in the beginning to go ahead and target nationwide to get activity in the account. And so then that way you can go ahead and start receiving seller leads. Then you can always pause this campaign, duplicate it, and then create a campaign that's targeting a certain number of states. We target 21 states. You can target, 10 states. I would definitely recommend against really targeting very tightly in the beginning. The account needs activity, needs data. And if you target really tightly, like say one state only, unless it's a huge state like Florida, you're going to struggle with leads. The one thing I forgot to mention is also during this process, you're also going to go ahead and create the pixel. And the pixel, you don't necessarily need at the moment because you're not going to be sending traffic to the website, but you still want to create it. So you're going to go ahead and also create the pixel and then establish a lead event, meaning a lead event. This is going to require a website URL thank you page, meaning what's the page that the people see once they submit their information on a lead form. And then at the end, you're going to go ahead and connect it all through Zapier. So we set up everything here. And then now we're going to go to Zapier and we're going to create a connection. And the connection is going to be where somebody submits their information in TikTok. You're going to go ahead and get an email notification of that lead. And then you're going to go ahead and get that lead sent over to your CRM. And typically the CRM will have some sort of notification system, but as a fail-safe, then I would recommend at least sending yourself an email. And then as an alternative, you could do where you send the leads over to a Google Sheet. So then that way you can look at all the leads at one time and see, hey, what are most people filling out? Are they saying that most people are filling out information and saying that they're in excellent condition, in poor condition, etc. And at the end of the day, this is the giving you a big picture requirements of getting a campaign up and running on TikTok. And then once a campaign is up and running, then obviously you have optimizations because you're going to start receiving data. You're going to have to make adjustments to the campaign. You're going to test different creatives. You're going to test different interests. You're going to test different ways of running the campaign in an effort to try to maximize the amount of leads that you're getting, maximize the quality of the leads, and put yourself in a position to win. The thing I would say to you is that just remember that in this real estate niche, in the real estate wholesaling niche, the name of the game is leads. The name of the game is putting yourself in a position where you have a tremendously large number of motivated sellers that are reaching out to you. So then that way you're not in the convincing business, you are in the finding business. And that means finding property owners that are willing to give you their property at a discount. Because if you only have a handful of leads that you're working with, then you're always in a position where you're struggling because now you're trying to put a square peg in a round hole. And you're trying to convince these people and you're trying to figure out 4 different ways to do a deal or 10 different ways to do a deal because you only have a certain number of leads. You want to put yourself in a position that you have an excess amount of leads in your business. The great thing about this platform, as well as any other platforms that are incoming leads, is that you're dealing with a warm prospect. You're dealing with somebody who has raised their hands and has said, I broke my finger, by the way, who has raised their hands and said, yes, I'm interested in selling my property. Could you please reach out to me? And that is always an infinitely better position to be in than, cold calling, where you're reaching out to people and there's always a certain amount of friction at the beginning of that process because they're asking, who are you? How'd you get my number? And, people have their little antennas up because everything is a scam nowadays. Here's the deal. You can take this information and do it all yourself. Some of you might be really technical and say, Chico, this is all that I needed. However, some of you might be interested in getting these campaigns up and running, but you need some help. Our team can help you do that. If you're interested, click the link in the description and inquire about our services that we can go ahead and get this up and running. We can help you in generating motivated sellers, and then we can stop the drought that you have right now with regards to seller leads, or even help you escape from the cold calling penitentiary. By the way, if you want to know more, go ahead and click on this video and it shares with you some strategies on how to find the videos that I mentioned on Fiverr and get those also created.